as this would be the story of Charlie's birth. Adam and Lilith would be together. Even though Lilith couldn't stand Adam, she would still conceive a child for him before she would run away. As Charlie was born, the daughter of the first man on earth. However, since Adam got a new wife and Lilith ran off with Lucifer, heaven wanted to cover it up. Lilith would try to find her daughter, but no luck because heaven would freeze her and bring her back when she was useful. She was too powerful to destroy, and by the time they invented the weapon, she was already frozen for so long they didn't bother. Centuries passed, and centuries turned to thousands of years, as she was frozen as a baby and didn't age, until eventually Lilith and Adam would walk up to it, as in Lilith would say, "She's been gone for so long, she's no daughter of mine." Adam would say, "She is a daughter of mine, though. I've been putting this off for far too long." As Adam would unfreeze Charlie and begin to raise her. At first, Adam wanted to turn her into the perfect soldier, but her kind heart touched Adam, and Adam actually enjoyed having Charlie around. He enjoyed raising her. As Charlie slowly began to grow up, she grew up into Adam's daughter, as she was interested in becoming an exorcist. So when she was a teenager, Adam would take her on her first exorcism. As she went on her exorcism with Adam, they would both start to destroy parts of the city, as imps and hellborns alike ran away in tears and fear. As Charlie would get uneasy about this, as then she would say, "Are you sure it's necessary, Dad?" As Adam would take Charlie away and say, "If you don't have the stomach for it, I understand." Charlie would say, "No, I want to fight for heaven." "You don't have to, Charlie. You don't have to prove anything to anyone." Charlie would say, "I love you, Dad. But let's do this as a family." Charlie and Adam would then smile as Adam would say, "And it is. We have to keep them in check." As Adam and Charlie started to destroy the buildings, as they started to light on fire, as the demons and hellspawn ran away, cried out in fear, cried out in pain, they were no match from Charlie's and Adam's power. As they continued to do this, Vaggie would think about sparing a child, as in Charlie would fly in and take care of it for her and say, "Don't do that, Vaggie. I had doubts too, but we're doing the right thing." Vaggie would say, "Are you sure?" "Yes." As Vaggie and Charlie would nod, they would then fly back to heaven, as Charlie stopped Vaggie from getting casted out without even knowing it. As Vaggie and Charlie would spend some time together in heaven, they would get to know each other and become close friends. As Charlie would play in heaven too and have a good time. She enjoyed her time up there. She enjoyed spending time with her father and her new best friend. Eventually, after an exorcism though, Sarah would say, "Nice job, Charlie. Your mother would be happy." As Charlie would say, "Yeah, too bad she's gone." Sarah would say, "What are you talking about? Oh Lord, he didn't tell you?" "Tell me what?" Sarah would sigh and say, "I know she didn't want to see you, but that's ridiculous." Charlie would say, "What are you talking about? Talk to your father." As Charlie would be confused, she would go to talk with Adam. Charlie would then say, "Dad, Sarah's talking crazy, something about Mom, but Mom's gone, right? I don't have a..." Adam would say, "Oh, Mom, well, about that. You do have a mom." As then Charlie would say, "What? She's still with us." As this would shock Charlie, as Adam would go, "You see," as Adam would say, "Well, I loved a girl, but I wasn't the best man, and she realized that. So while she was having you, she left and had you away from me. Eventually, we were able to find the kid, but hell wanted you, so we froze you until you were completely forgotten. No longer was Lucifer interested in finding you. No longer was Lilith interested in even having you. As you were abandoned, I would see you in ice every day. As everyone told me not to take you out, they told me to leave you there. You'd be too dangerous to be out, but I couldn't do it anymore. I just loved you so much, so I brought you out and raised you." Charlie couldn't believe this bizarre story. It was twisted, it was dark, but it was her life. As Charlie would get up and walk away, Adam would say, Charlie would say, "I need to be alone." As she would walk off and sit down. As Charlie sat down, she would look out of heaven. She would look at the earth realm and see what was created. as she would simply just stare at it, realizing that she could have been one of the first people there. She could have been down there, but she wasn't. And she would look at her skin. Why was she so much more powerful than everyone else? Adam was the first man, so he had a lot of power, but she was frozen for a long time. Where did all this power come from? I guess it didn't matter. As Charlie stood up, Vaggie would walk to her and say, "Are you okay?" As Vaggie would stare at Charlie, she knew something was off. As Charlie would say, "What are you doing here?" Vaggie would sit down and say, "You seemed off. You want to talk about it?" Charlie would say no. "All right then." Vaggie would just sit with Charlie. Even though she didn't want to talk, she would just look at her and be there for her. Charlie would smile and say, "Thank you for doing this." Vaggie would say, "Of course." As they would simply look off in the distance. As Charlie would get up, she would say, "So, Lilith's been here the whole time." Vaggie would say, "Yeah, oh, you didn't know? Yeah. Do you think you can bring me to her?" Vaggie would nod, as Charlie and Vaggie would go off to see Lilith. As Charlie would then go off to see her mother with Vaggie. As they both walked up there, Lilith would say, "Oh, what is it?" Charlie would say, "Mom, why have you... I'm not your mother. I had you so long ago." Charlie would say, "Please, I want to be a part of your life." "Well, I don't want you to be a part of mine." As Vaggie would say, "Listen, Lilith would say, "I don't need her girlfriend telling me what to do." As Vaggie would blush and say, "I'm not her." Charlie would say, "Let's just go." As they would both walk off. As Lilith would just lay there, enjoying her time in the sun. As Charlie would cry, her mother wanted nothing to do with her. As Charlie would cry, Vaggie would hug her and say, "I'm here for you." Charlie would say thank you. As they would try to have a good time, they go around the town and drink and, well, party. But it didn't really help Charlie that much. But as Charlie and Vaggie were going back to their places, Charlie would say thank you as she kissed Vaggie. But then she would walk away blushing as she ran. Vaggie couldn't believe this. She liked Charlie, but she didn't think she liked her too. As the next day came, Charlie came to apologize. They would say, "Vaggie, about last night, I had a little... Well, it was just..." Vaggie would kiss her this time and say, "I like you." Charlie would say, "I like you too. But we're both..." "Who cares?" Vaggie would say. Charlie would say, "My dad would." "So?" "I don't know." Vaggie would say, "But I love you. We've been friends for so long. I want to give this a shot, but only if you want to." Charlie would then nod and say, "I do." As they would hold hands and walk together. They would date for a couple weeks without telling anyone, until Charlie was finally going to come clean to her dad. As Charlie and Vaggie were eating dinner, Adam was also there. As they would hold hands and say, "Dad, I have something to tell you." As Adam would say, "Oh, it's that, I wouldn't tell anyone else around here. That's kind of like a no-no, but, I don't really mind." Charlie would say, "Really, Dad?" "Yeah, that's cool." Vaggie would say, "It's not cool, is it?" "No, it's not. I am dying inside. But I still love you, Charlie, and I support your decisions." As then they would all hug and say, "Thanks, Dad. You're welcome." As then they would go on a family exorcist together. As they enjoyed the exorcism, wiping out sinners, hearing their screams as a family, things were going good for Charlie. Her mom wasn't there for her, but she had a dad, Adam. And Adam, well, he wasn't the best guy. He had a lot of qualities that weren't too good for a person to have, but he was a great father. He was always there for her. He always listened to her, and he always loved her. And Vaggie was very smart, very intelligent, and, well, she was just beautiful. Charlie had a great girlfriend, a great father, and a great life. And she wouldn't trade that for the world. True, she might be from heaven. True, she might not be a demon, but hey, everything may change. But even in this timeline, Charlie gets Vaggie. And that's going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This video was suggested by this person right here. So yeah, shout out to them. Last video, I just pinned a comment saying their name, and I feel bad about that. But the video is already like posted, ready to go by the time that I forgot what I did. So yeah. Sorry about that. I try my best to shout out people who make the ideas, but sometimes I'll miss them every once in a while. And a lot of times there'll be stuff that I just can't do and I feel bad about. This one was interesting. I kind of enjoyed it, you know? I feel like Adam is definitely a character that's always obnoxious. He's always in your face. He's basically the perfect frat bro stereotype. So I wanted to turn him into something more. I wanted to give him character traits. I wanted him to make him feel like a lovable character. And that's what I did. And I also wanted Charlie to be confused and look for guidance. This video is not all about action. This video is just about looking for guidance, trying to find yourself, trying to find out who you truly are in a world where nothing really makes sense. And I feel like that, resonates with a lot of different people across the world. At least for me, it resonates. But yeah, if they were to do a live action Has Been Hotel, now I know that would probably suck, but let's pretend they're doing a live action hotel, okay? Who would you want to play who? Like, who would you want to play Angel? Who would you want to play Charlie? Who would you want to play Vaggie? Who would you want to play these characters? And tell me why in the comments below, because I think that could be really fun. So yeah, please let me know in the comments below, who do you think should play who? I think that would be a fun thought experiment, and yeah, I hope you all had a good day. My day was interesting, tomorrow is basically my Friday, because after that I have 2 days off, which is going to be nice. So yep, juggling 2 channels, which one channel, I maybe I should just say one channel, because this channel is actually, turning something over. I know I say this every video, but I really do want my gaming channel to succeed. My goal for this year is to have 2 channels monetized and to have my job. Anyway, I love you all. Peace out.